Alrighty, today we're going to talk about Dmitry Mendeleev and the difference between elements and compounds. So this is Dmitry Mendeleev. This is the packet, so you should have it cut up, and this should be taped on ISN page 17. Inside of the flaps, we're going to take some notes about these foldable flaps. So Dmitry Mendeleev, he was a Russian chemist. And he, at that time, it was in the 1800s, so it was a very long time ago. There were very few elements known. So what Mendeleev did is he used his knowledge to sort the periodic table based on properties. So he sorted the periodic table based on the properties. Whenever he did that, he rearranged the one that was already known, and he used, again, his knowledge to predict 8 undiscovered. So he also predicted 8 elements. So he's very, very special to the periodic table. So we're going to come over. This is the periodic table, and we know that they're in the same family or group. They have the same number of shells, valence electrons in their outer shell, and the similar properties. So what is an element? An element is one type of atom. So it's a singular type of atom. They can be diatomic. For example, oxygen forms with itself naturally, as well as hydrogen and chlorine. Those are just some examples. So these are all elements because it's the one type. Down here is a compound. Compounds are 2 or more different elements. They are chemically combined. So how you can remember this is compounds are chemically combined. So how can you tell how many elements a compound has? You can simply count them. And that's what we're going to do today. So again, that's on page 17. Flipping the page. This is 18. What we're going to do is we're going to say if these examples are elements or compounds, and we're going to name the elements that make them up. So this, H2SO4, we can see that there are 2 or more different elements. That is a compound. The elements that make that up are hydrogen, sulfur, and oxygen. Next, we have He. This is an element, and it is helium. Next we have this. We can see that they are very different. This is a compound. And in this we have chromium, nitrogen, hydrogen, oxygen. We can see these are different. We're going to say compound. We're not going to continue with this. It's taking too long. They're different compounds. We can see these are the same. That's an element. Different compound. Compound. Finally, element. Again, that's on page 18. Now we're going to go to a flip book on page 19. This table is just to show you the common household compounds that you have inside of your house. So all of these are compounds. And this last page. Next page. Now we're going to practice counting the atoms. So there is 1 here, there is 1 atom there. Here, just like in your math class, this 2 belongs to this. So there are 1 carbon and 2 oxygens. You add it up, there are 3 atoms. This 2 is going to get foiled to both of these. So there are 2 oxygens, 2 hydrogens, 1 magnesium. Add them all up. 5. This is the same. So there are 2 hydrogens and 2 oxygens, but there are 3 of that. So 3 times 4 is 12. last worksheet for today, we're going to count the number of elements and atoms. So in here, there's only one atom, and it's one element, phosphorus. Here, there are 4 oxygens plus 1 sulfur is 5 atoms. The total number of elements is sulfur and oxygen, 2. This 3 goes in front of the O2, so there are 2 oxygens times 3 is 6, but there's only 1 element. Here we have 3 hydrogens, 4 phosphorus, so it's 3, 3, 4, and 8. And there are 3 different types. This is where it's going to get tricky. This 2 goes to both of these. So that's 4 plus the zinc. Multiply that by 2, so that's 10. But there are 3 different types of elements. This one, there are 2 sodiums, 1 silicon, 3, 6. There's 3 different types. There are 2 of these, of which there are 4 times 2 is 8, plus the magnesium is 9, 3 different types. Here, these are 5 times 2 is 10, plus this is 3, 13, but there are 1, 2, 3 different types. There you go. You feel free to watch it again if you're still confused. Have a good day.